Another huge crowd at the Wells Fargo Center on Saturday night in Philadelphia. We keep talking about two kings. What a card, top to bottom. The absolute future of American boxing. Jesse Rodriguez, the WBC world champion, already sitting there as pound for pound number 5 in the world. Jaron Ennis, the IBF Welterweight world champion. He's knocking on the door of the pound for pound top 10. Both of these guys, I think we're looking at number 1 and number 2 pound for pound fighters in the world over the next couple of years. Again, we keep talking about it being two kings, but it's actually a world championship double header. And we keep talking about unification fights. We keep talking about all these mega fights. These are the fights that sometimes matter most. Mandatory obligations against hungry challengers in Pedro Guerra and Chudhadzhian. A chance for them to become world champions. So many people to speak to on both tables, but we're going to start, of course, with our broadcaster, DAZN. I was talking to some media earlier today, and we were remembering the journey with DAZN. 5 years ago, we took a leap of faith that this app would be the future of boxing. Oh, were we right? Every major fight around the world is on the platform. Every promotional company around the world. You know, in America, the ones that laughed at us, the ones that told all the fighters, don't go on the app, don't go on the app. Well, guess what? Now they're all phoning up, asking to go on the app. This is a tremendous product, great value for money for fight fans, and the schedule is invincible. And to tell you all about that, we're going to head over to Alpha Show.
Thanks, Tony. It's great to be here once again in the fight city of Philadelphia. What a fight night we have ahead of us on Saturday night. I cannot wait for it. To Eddie's point, you know, we're talking about unbelievable schedules. We're talking about fights every single week, and then for us this weekend, it's really proud moment for us to be delivering this fight as part of your DAZN subscription. It's all about value. Talking of value, we still have offers available in market, 50% off all plans in the US, up to 33% off plans in the UK. It's great value, and it's an amazing time for us over the business. We have fights every week from here up until the end of Christmas, of course this weekend, but next weekend back in Riyadh for Latino night, November 16th, the best of the Golden Boys stable, headlined by Chris Phillips-Smith and Zerlo Ramirez. End of November, Sonny Edwards and Galauria Fire back in the UK for an absolute classic. And then we're over for possibly the pick of the bunch, ending 2024 with a rematch between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury for the unified heavyweight championship of the world. Lots more fights before that as well. It's a great time for us to be a boxing fan, but look, we're focusing on Saturday. Boots and Bam are two of the best in the business, it's as simple as that, and then you throw in a card like this with Ammo Williams, Ray Ford and all the names that Eddie's talked about. It's stacked top to bottom. We'll see you all there on Saturday. I'd like to just take this moment to thank our promotional partners, Matchroom and all of our other partners globally, to helping us at DAZN to construct this unrivaled schedule and fights every week, and there's more to come in 2025. And last thing to say is the boxing fans all over the world, do not miss this card. I'm an exclusive worldwide only on DAZN. Thank you.
Thank you, Alfie. We'll talk about the first of our 2 world championship fights here. Jesse Bam Rodriguez against Pedro Guerra. This is a real fight. This is a tough fight. We talk about mandatory challenges. The WBC interim world champion in Pedro Guerra, fresh off his trip to Australia, beating Maloney in his backyard. This is a real fight. We're going to speak to their respective teams and trainers now. Noe Gotti, welcome. Noe, big fight for Pedro on Saturday night, and ready to take on a pound-for-pound break.
Noe Sarai, en primer lugar, bienvenido. Muy buena noche, una noche muy grande para Pedro el sábado, y listo él para tener una pelea contra uno de los grandes libra por libra del mundo.
Buenas tardes, pues primero que nada muchas gracias por la oportunidad que se nos da de pelear a Pedro. Y sí, la verdad que venimos confiados en el trabajo que se realizó. No lo asustan los grandes escenarios, como tuvimos la oportunidad de ir a pelear en Australia. Entonces, estamos confiados en el trabajo que se realizó y vamos para dar un gran batacazo, una gran sorpresa en el boxeo.
Yes, So first I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity and for giving the opportunity to fight for this title. Yes, you're right, we're really confident in the work that we've done. You know, we're no strangers to the big stage. As you said, we went to Australia, we got that win. So we're confident on Saturday that we're going to spring a surprise.
Thank you, Nate. Robert Garcia Jr., welcome. This has been an incredible journey. Last time out against Estrada was just one of the nights of the year in Phoenix. Business to take care of on Saturday night. It's been a tremendous year. Sometimes these mandatory challenge can be the toughest of challenges. Camp gone well, ready for another great performance from Bam on Saturday.
Yeah, Bam trained really hard, just like if it would have been, you know, another unification fight, or, you know, originally we were supposed to be getting ready for the rematch with Gallo Estrada, so that's kind of what we were, you know, envisioning and getting ready for. But, you know, they pulled out last minute. We got a place with Pedro Guevara, who's, you know, going to come and try to take everything that Bam's worked for. Like you said, it's been a big year for Bam, and, you know, he's put himself in a great position, and Pedro Guevara was to take that from Bam, so we can't let that happen.
Obviously, I know you and your father study the fights inside out as well. Expecting a tough test on Saturday night. A lot of people talking about this as a real great fight in the making.
Yeah, Pedro Guevara's style is very crowd pleasing. Obviously, everybody knows what Bam's all about. So, you know, everybody can expect a great fight. At the end of the night, Bam raised his hand, whether it's, you know, by decision or knockout. But Pedro Guevara's, you know, we know he's coming with everything. So, you know, expect a great fight Saturday night.
Well, also, of course, on the card, King of Philadelphia, I guess it's the second homecoming. Jaron Ennis, the IBF Welterweight World Champion, makes his mandatory defence against Chudhadzhian. This fight, another mandatory test as we look forward to the unifications for Boots Ennis. Their respective teams now. Christian Morales, Christian, welcome. It's been a pleasure working with you so far to bring this fight to Philadelphia. A tough test for your man again. Learning from the first fight, ready to try and shock the world here in Philadelphia at the weekend.
Absolutely. First of all, on behalf of Peter and Box Promotion, very welcome and thank you for the welcome, Eddie. Yeah, we are back again, second fight against Jaron, and but it's now a different one. Jaron is a mandatory challenger. He deserved it in the last win against the English guy, So we are now back 2 years after. It's a different fight now, and you all will see that on a Saturday evening.
I know that obviously Jaron looking for those unification fights. He beat Chudhadzhian before as well, but you believe he learned lessons from that fight. You believe he has what it takes to be competitive and win on Saturday night.
As I said, absolutely, 100%, because Jaron is not now a different fighter. He developed in the last years, put some good fights in, and is a different guy as 2 years ago. So we'll definitely see other Jaron as 2 years ago in the first fight.
Thank you, Christian. Bozy, welcome. I remember the last ring walk, you were looking around, and quite amazing to see it when we stand here in the 2300 arena, but it was boxed before. Quite amazing to see where you've come, the opportunities that have presented themselves, the way that the city has backed Jaron, the crowd that we'll see again on Saturday night. A big favourite going into this fight, but obviously the win very important, but so too the performance at the Wells Fargo.
Say that again.
Thanks, Bozy. The performance on Saturday night, as important as the victory. A big favourite going into this fight. What do you expect at the Wells Fargo?
Well, I expect a great fight. You know, as long as it's going to last. But I hope we come in the fight, though. Not run around and win the last time. I mean, I appreciate him coming to fight again. He deserved it because he was the mandatory event. But if he comes to fight, it'll be a great fight. You know what I mean? Like I said, as long as it's going to last.
When we got on a call when this mandatory was called, we had a few options. One of those options was to move up to 154 pounds. I asked Jaron, I asked you, I said, what do you really want? And the answer was, I want the belts at 147. And that's what it's all about on Saturday night, taking care of business and making those unification charges in 2025.
Yes. That's what we want to do. Collect all the belts at 147 and then move up. So whoever in the way, they're just trying to get out the way.
And one word for the city. Last time, quite incredible. Another huge crowd this Saturday. Brilliant fight card from top to bottom as well. Very proud of what you're doing, and of course your son is doing for this incredible city.
Yes, we're bringing it right back to Philly. We said it had never been done since 1978. Benny Briscoe and Marvin Hagler. So that first show, they did tremendous. So this second show should be just as great.
Well, thank you, Bosie. We go to that WBC World Super Flyweight Championship fight. We'll start with Pedro Guevara. Pedro, welcome. A lot of people in boxing see this as a very, very good fight on Saturday night. We know that your opponent is the favourite, but you're ready for the challenge to try and become world champion.
Sí, primero, en primer lugar, Pedro, bienvenido. Muchas personas están diciendo que esto sería una pelea muy difícil para tu oponente, Jesse Rodríguez, el sábado por la noche. Pero tú crees que tienes la posibilidad de ganar y retar a tu oponente el sábado por la noche y convertirte en campeón del mundo.
Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here in USA. We don't feel it, man. I'm so excited to be here, and I want to thank for this opportunity. Well, I really prepared for this bout. I was waiting for this a lot of time. I can talk about months. I talk about years. So I prepare physically and mentally very well for this bout. I know that Jesse Rodriguez is a great fighter. He's the best in the category in the division, and we want to be an honorably opponent for him. So thank you for this bout. Let's do it, man. This Saturday you're gonna watch a great fight between two great men. Thank you so much.
Pedro, excellent English. Well done, William. People talking about, of course, everyone's talking about Jesse Rodriguez, you know, the two kings, a pound for pound great. But you've earned this shot as mandatory challenger. You flew to Australia in the backyard. You beat Maloney to become the interim world champion. You've earned the right to take on this man on Saturday night.
Well, we don't took this easily. We took with responsibility and maybe discipline, a lot of discipline. I can say that I'm not professional in this sport. I respect a lot of my sport, and I respect my opponents, my partners. So this is boxing, and this is beautiful sports right now.
Thank you, Pedro. Great words. Jesse, welcome. I think it's going to be a great fight. You know? I mean, I know that you've been in some tremendous fights. Of course, last time out against Gallo, you're the hunted right now. You really are. You know, for a long time you were chasing these big names. He's chasing you now. Pedro Guevara coming to give you a great fight on Saturday, and that's what we should expect.
Yeah, I mean, when the fight was brought up to me, I knew right away that this was a huge opportunity for him, huge opportunity to change his whole life, and I made sure every day I trained my ass off to make sure that didn't happen, because just as fast as I got this, I can lose it. So I'm going up to know that he's coming with everything, but come Saturday night, I'm going to go out there for another show.
Knowing you and knowing Robert, it's absolutely full focus on this on Saturday night. We know what might present itself next year, but you've got to take care of a very tough Mexican first.
Yeah, exactly. 100% focused for this fight. This is all I've been focused on the whole training camp. I'm not looking past this fight at all. But there is huge fights to be made in 2025. So just handle business Saturday night and go on to bigger fights.
I know that we looked at San Antonio and Phoenix. We partnered up with Jaron. Two Kings promo has been epic as well. Another great atmosphere for you. I mean, the atmosphere against Gaia was incredible. As we experienced at the Wells Fargo, it's going to be a huge crowd now on Saturday night. Exactly the kind of night you want to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the last outcome of his last fight when he fought here in the Wells Fargo, and I mean, it was a great turnout. I saw the crowd, and I mean, it looked sold out. So to be a part of something like that, share a car with Wu-Tang is one of the best in all of boxing. It's an honor. It's a huge opportunity to expose my career to the East Coast fans, and I mean,
going to be a tremendous fight. Bam Rodriguez against Pedro Guevara. If you look at these lighter weights, sometimes they don't get the credit. I'm so pleased that Bam is getting the credit as a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And every time these guys fight at the top level, it is non-stop action. It's going to be a tremendous fight. As we move to the IBF Welterweight World Championship, Chudhadzhian. Jaron, welcome. A massive opportunity for you. You've been here before against Boots. We know that was a long time ago. You weren't as experienced, but now another shot for you, this time at the World Championship for the IBF. It's a big opportunity for you on Saturday night. You've been here before, but now with more experience, are you ready for Saturday night?
Definitely, I'm ready. These 2 years, we worked so hard and become better and better from day to day. And I'm going to show my changes to people.
Some of the criticism from Bozy and Jaron was that you moved a lot in that first fight. They say that you ran in that fight. You come to fight, this time you're going to need to beat him. I'm sure you have the tactics, but you promised Philadelphia a great fight on Saturday.
Yeah, of course I'm going to fight him. You will see it's going to be a great fight.
Last time we saw a great tough fight with Harry Scarf. You believe you can become world champion on Saturday?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here and I'm going to prove it to people.
Jaron, he says he won't run this time. He's going to stand and fight you. Number one, do you believe him? And number two, how excited are you to again perform in this incredible arena?
I ain't gonna lie, he gets them goals every day. we gonna put on a show. We gonna have some fun. And I don't know if he lying. No matter what you do, I'm trying to tell you, it's not the same. You know, we gonna show. I'm gonna make a big statement on Saturday night. We gonna have some fun. We're gonna party.
What does that statement look like? Obviously, everybody's so hyped about Jaron Ennis. You become a massive star at school. People talking about, there's very little upside for you in this fight, other than to look sensational. Obviously, you need to win. But is that what you need to do on Saturday night? You need to look sensational in film.
I'm going to win, and I'm gonna do it in a big stage, knockout fashion. But like I said, we're gonna have my fun. I'm gonna put on my show. I'm gonna do me, be me, and I'm gonna dictate the fight. It's about getting my world.
The man to your right as well has been a great promotion. The two of you, I think, two of the best fighters in America right now. It's going to be another huge card. Last time I know a lot of it was taking it in. Obviously this time it's not quite as new, but equally as excited for a tremendous night for the city.
Definitely equally excited. They have him on this card and then this crazy undercard that we have in this. It's gonna be phenomenal. I feel like this show might be even better. Because there's so much talent on this card. Not knocking the last card. I'm just saying, but it's just so much talent on this card. It's a real explosive card. Make sure y'all tune in. I can't make it. Make sure y'all tune in.
When we had that phone call to talk about the plan, and Chudhadzhian got ordered as your mandatory, I asked you, what was the dream? And the dream was to win the belts at 147 pounds. Look good, take this guy out on Saturday, you want all those belts in 2025.
Most definitely. My main focus right now is Korean Chukhadzhian, and after I make a big statement on Saturday night, and do it in knockout fashion, it's undisputed. It's time to bring in my belt.
Finally, this wonderful but small arena, once graced Jaron Ennis, now things have changed. And you don't forget the support that you've got from this city. It's incredible what's happened to your career. And a quick word to your hometown fans ahead of another massive night on Saturday.
Just appreciate everybody, coming out. Make sure y'all come out on Saturday night, tune in. This is where it all started. I had one of my craziest knockouts in here, so we're gonna have another crazy knockout on February. November 9th. At the Wells Fargo Center. We're gonna have another show.
Well, two of the very best fighters in the world, Jaron Ennis, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, defend their world championships on Saturday night against their mandatory challengers, Chudhadzhian and Pedro Guevara. As Boots said, I think for me, the best card, top to bottom, in the sport on Saturday night. The best talent you will see in American boxing at one of the best venues in the Wells Fargo, on the best platform in the world in boxing. Thank you for everybody turning up today, and the weigh-in will be in here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Let's pack this place out. Boots, you want to say something?
Yeah, y'all know my story. I'm in and all like a robbery.
We're going to face the guys off up here now, and we look forward to an incredible night in Philadelphia on Saturday night. Thank you.